Today on CCX News, a construction close-up, the changes in Plymouth City Center and what they hope to bring for years to come. That massive road construction project near Plymouth City Hall kicked off last spring. For drivers, it has been an inconvenience to say the least. But as I found out, the end is near. For the last 4 months, getting around Plymouth Boulevard has been challenging, according to folks who frequent this area.
We were talking to some friends at the synagogue and they're like, oh yeah, you have to go this way and this way and this way. And so I'm glad that I had that conversation with them because yeah, we went past here, looped around and okay.
Since June, streets, sidewalks, and intersections on this stretch of road between Highway 55 and Rockford Road have all been undergoing a massive transformation that folks, for better or for worse, have had to accept.
You have to be, I think, even keel about these things, right? Like, anytime something better happens, there's inconvenience.
Once it's all said and done, Plymouth City officials say this project will help make this area easier to walk, ride your bike, and drive your car, thanks to the addition of 4 roundabouts.
Roundabouts help with traffic calming. They slow down vehicles. They make it easier for pedestrians and bikers to navigate the corridor. We're excited about adding these roundabouts and beautifying this corridor.
The construction forced the city to cancel its annual parade, and people have had to find detours to access the surrounding businesses.
Yeah, I want to thank the residents and visitors for their patience during this project. This has been a pretty inconvenience for some people that visit.
However, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Construction crews have made significant progress, and this phase of the project will be wrapping up in 2 weeks, which means that folks will be able to access City Hall from Rockford Road while crews work on the last phase of construction near the post office. The goal is to finish by the end of November.
We'll be celebrating Thanksgiving on a brand new road, yes.
Brooklyn Park Police continue to look Thursday for the driver who struck a child near a school bus stop Wednesday morning and didn't stop. Police released this video Thursday of the hit and run. A 12-year-old child was struck by the vehicle's passenger side mirror near 63rd and Boone Avenues. The vehicle is described as a 2015 to 2019 Hyundai Sonata or Genesis, white in color, with that passenger side mirror missing.
When we're sending our kids out to the bus stop, it's a parent's worst nightmare to hear that they didn't make it. So we need to do everything that we can to make sure that our kids are safe when they're heading to the bus stop of all places.
Police tell CCX News they have reason to believe the driver lives in the area or was headed to a destination in the area. The child was taken to the hospital and, we're told, is recovering from her injuries. Also in Brooklyn Park, a celebration of the city's newest group of police recruits.
Faithfully discharge the duties
of police officer
with
the City of Brooklyn Park.
The city swore in 10 new officers on Thursday. For new recruits like Margaret Helbig, this ceremony is the result of months of hard work. Helbig says she's grateful to work in Brooklyn Park.
Brooklyn Park reminds me so much of Oak Park, where I grew up, just the city in general. So it means a lot to be able to serve a community that reminds me so much of home.
The new hires are a diverse group matching the diversity of the city they will now serve. In the era of digital streaming, there is still a demand for older physical forms of media. In this edition of Business Matters, Kevin Miller takes us to a New Hope business helping to keep the world of hi-fi stereos alive.
So we've got lots of parts and testing equipment here. Turntable that we just worked on. We took 2 turntables and made 1 good turntable.
Music is an elemental part of life for Sean Smith.
Music has always been a part of me, like it's in my blood. You just can't shake it.
Its influence is everywhere in his New Hope store.
Tinkering with music and electronics is probably in my genes.
So new arrivals here.
Nicknamed Smitty,
Soft rock, country.
He's the owner of Twin City Smitty's Vintage Audio.
Music has driven a lot of decisions in my life, especially to open this business.
This is our speaker room.
In his shop,
so there's a bunch of 4 speakers.
They fix and sell the stereo equipment you might remember from your grandparents' house.
I guess what's old is new. So, like I said, the baby boomers are getting rid of this really cool gear. old receivers and cabinet speakers and turntables. And the 20 and 30-year-olds are getting back into it, or getting into it.
Got a couple really cool stereos set up.
The vintage equipment game makes up about half of his business.
A Sony system with a linear turntable.
The other half
Jimi Hendrix.
is record sales.
This room here is the classic rock vinyl room. This is where most people start when they come to the shop to start to dig through the crates.
Many of his customers are dedicated record collectors.
Collection-wise, you can tell a lot about a person by their collection. So they are coming in and they're saying to the world, this is the music that I love. This is my collection. And they have friends over, family. They show off their collection to people.
For them, the spinning records and vintage speaker cones make this a place of refuge and a spot to unwind.
It really is like music therapy for a lot of guys.
In New Hope, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
And you can find the business near Medicine Lake Road and Louisiana Avenue. Finally, this segment, a surprise for Robbinsdale Mayor Bill Blonigan, courtesy of Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
We are also grateful for everything that you have done to contribute to this beautiful town. I submitted a recognition of your service in the congressional record. It will live in the Library of Congress for generations to come.
Representative Omar congratulated Blonigan for his 44 years of service to the city, first as council member and now as mayor. The congressional honor took him by surprise and included a round of applause in the council chambers. Blonigan is retiring from the council at the end of the year. We have a link to the complete congressional transcript on our website, ccxmedia.org.